hired a cleaner in Japan when I lived there, and he was like, I love mess. I love dirty. You are my favorite client. And I was like, alright, so I want to say today we are making duck l'orange, which is a very classic French recipe that I probably learned in like month 2 of culinary school. Alright, but I am going to put a Japanese spin on it. I don't know if you guys can see Mr. Ducky-san hanging there right now. It's a fwack. Okay, taters are washed. Now we're just gonna prep our veg, which is the classic ones, except I don't have celery. Dude, I was seeing this TikTok of this dude who bought like an entire wall of Pokemon cards, and I was like, you bastard, you're the reason, you're the problem, you are the problem. Now where did you get the hookup? Because I would like to be part of the problem too, or at least some part. There was like, this guy was complaining online about this guy basically. He's like, these streamers, I don't know how they're getting it, but this streamer bought like 500 packs of Pokemon cards. I'm like, I'm a f***ing streamer. Where the hell am I finding these freaking 500 Pokemon cards? I probably would have bought less, but I would have definitely bought a lot. Not a whole wall of them, because, you know. The easier way to do this is you start from here, you make an incision like so, and you make it flat, okay? Just like me. And then you make the other side flat, just like me. And then you go down like so, and you go like this. This one, as you'll notice, is a lot more white than this part. So you gotta do a secondary part where you go like this, you scrape your knife along the table, and it's kind of slower. You gotta ooh. Well, I'm not really good at this technique, to be honest, because it's the double work one. But, all right, so I'm gonna take the wings off, because the duck wings, when I've dried them out like this, are not delicious, but they're very good, or at least when they're cooked, they're better for making the sauce. So, this is easy butchering of duck, all right? Easy mode. Whack. All right, duck tongue is like a delicacy, so we keep it. Thank you so much for the
Did you get that duck from the park? I hear they're free if you get them from the park.
No, we bought it from a duck farm. I don't think at this point where there's like avian flu popping up, anyone should be getting free-range duck from the park. You will end up with all sorts of shit. And also, I don't really have ducks at my local park. We have Canadian geese. And I think in a fight against me and a Canadian goose, I would lose. Right. So, ooh, that's a lot. Well, I need to give it a massage anyway. This helps exfoliate the duck. I already did this previously, but I'm just showing y'all. Canadian geese are terrifying. And I learned this when I was on that picnic date. Remember when I told you about that picnic date? Where it was really sweet and the person was really thoughtful and brought a bunch of like duck food, bird food to actually feed the ducks, because feeding them bread is actually bad for them, because he's like, you love birds, blah, blah, blah. Well, we also learned there that in the local park, what we have are not ducks, and they were Canadian geese. And they were fucking fine. I was giving them like these nice ass, organic, fancy ass, I don't even know, like bird feed. And they were like, oh, and I was like, oh my, and I got bitten by one. Bitten. I got bitten by a duck. And they have like razor sharp things on their freaking, their beaks. I thought they were so funny because they walked around going, honk, and I was like, ow. After they go honk, and then you don't give them what they want, they go and I'm like, ah! Wow. Look at this video he filmed of my dog. Look at him crying. Looks so majestic crying on that table. He doesn't know how to get down because he's dumb. So my dad just has this really 4K quality video of my dog crying at a park. Some clear favoritism up in her. Your dad should be a YouTuber, that's his dream. To film my YouTube videos for me, because he still doesn't understand that I'm a Twitch streamer. He's like, Dad, when you make your videos on YouTube, when you stream on YouTube, I'm like, he's like, I can film it for you. And I was like, I loved art. And my mom is a very supportive mom, but she is also very Chinese. She's standing right in front of me as I'm insulting her. But she was like, she sat me down. She's like, "Bao Bao," or actually she calls me 小猪头, which means little pig head, which I swear to God is an endearment. She's like, little pig head. 宝贝, your art is not that good. Mommy would not buy. 不会花钱买, which means mom wouldn't spend real money to buy it. 你喜欢? If you like it, 付钱让你上学. Mommy will pay the money for you to go to school. 但是你以后肯定没钱. In the future, you will definitely not have any money. And I drop art school like this. I've learned this the hard way over the past year. When someone says they are too busy for a relationship, they're too busy for a relationship with you. If they are too busy to text back with work, they are too busy to text back to you. It's hurtful, but it also just means it isn't the right person for you. But yeah, look, what I'm saying is there's going to be someone out there for everyone. Unless you're a horrible, evil psychopath, then, well, tough. Just take your time. Just because of one bad person or one person who didn't like you, I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who do. And even if you haven't found that person who liked you, dude, so what? I didn't know it was possible, but you live and you learn. Well, working through that right now, I don't know. I'm very weird about things. I'll be very, very friendly around people. I like them. I'll be very friendly around people, but then after I get home, I will deeply consider everything I ever said and then regret it. Regret it so hard. I think it was a combination of COVID. COVID was definitely a huge factor for me. And then the second was my ex, Sis, had said to me multiple times, well, okay, ex, let's be real. My ex said to me, like, it's really embarrassing to bring you out. I realized later they just didn't want to be public with our relationship, but they said, like, it's embarrassing. The things you say, like, you embarrass me. Like, you're just not normal. Like, I don't like when I bring you out with me, you don't say normal things. It's just embarrassing. And I was so humiliated, and I never said I would just silently, and then I became a maximum people pleaser because they were like, oh, my friends don't like you. And I was like, why? They're like, they just don't. And I was like, well, how can I make it better? Because I'm a fixer, people pleaser. So I would cook for them the fanciest caviar, everything, pulling out the stops, and they still just didn't like me. And then I realized perhaps it just wasn't the person for me. But it definitely hurt, and I stopped wanting to go outside. And I am awkward. I am weird. I get really nervous around people. I say weird things. Like, I'll be like, huh, you smell nice, you know? Like, dude over there. That's just me, though, because I don't know. But that kind of is like visceral pain. That cuts you deep, hurts you forever, until you recover. I hired a cleaner in Japan when I lived there. And he was like, I love mess. I love dirty. You are my favorite client. And I was like, what? He's like, every time I come, so happy. And I was like, I knew something was wrong when he charged $20 an hour and he cleaned my whole place in 2 hours, and I saved up because I was fucking poor and I needed it though. And he told me he looked forward to cleaning my house because he loved messiness and I was his favorite. In all his 35 years of cleaning, favorite. That is awful. I did not want to know that. I did not need to know that, but he was so happy. Sweet old man who loved showing up. And he said, oh, my kid, my grand all get more clean, but you always dirty. And I was like, so less stress, he said to me. Because he said cleaning dirtiness was his stress reliever. And I was his biggest stress reliever he had ever met in his life. Which felt like but also I needed him. So I just sat there while he's like, wonderful, beautiful, lovely. You're the best. And I was like, this is not how I wanted to be complimented for the first time in my life. The filthiest you met in your life. When I left, he baked me a cake and said to visit often, but for long term, so I can make a new mess for him. I, as a woman, have asked one of my exes, would you still love me if I were a worm? All right, one of my women exes. And she said, yes. And then she asked me, what about you? And I was like, well, you're a liar. There's no way. You don't even like bugs. And I was like, to be honest, completely honest, because I love you, baby, I would let you go to live your worm life. Because worms don't have super long lifespans, and they also don't survive super well in captivity. And so I will let you free to live your worm life. Because if I kept you, you would die. And you can't even breed with another worm. Like, I would get jealous. So, like, I would just let you free. And she was like, meow. And I was like, what was the correct answer? Even though I asked the question, there is no correct answer. And I learned that the hard way. There is no correct answer. You know what the correct answer is? Guys, let me teach you guys what the correct answer is. Play dumb. Alright? Play dumb. Are you cold? Oh, what happened? What happened? Oh, baby. Oh, looks like he has a man. He looks like a Yorkshire Terrier, doesn't he? Look at him. Look at him. He used to look like a baby seal. Now he looks like a Furby. Like, don't feed him after midnight. Like, don't put water on him. He looks bugged up. Hi, Dad. I wanted to introduce you to my live stream. Is that okay? Good. That's why. Hey, this is my father.
I'm almost falling into sleep.
Almost falling to sleep? Hi, Dad. Who's taller? You're still taller.
Okay.
Just kidding. Want to try the duck?
Sure.
尝一下. Let me get a... What do you mean? That's a duck. Right? What did I do to Pig? Why is he so ugly? 能站那个角。他们说你好 Pops, your dad is so handsome. Him? Dad, remember the happiest day in a Texas man life? I always tell them the story of what you say. What is the happiest day? You gotta say the full thing.
Buying a boat, then sell a boat.
No, you gotta say the full thing.
The best 2 days of
No,
a Texas.
happiest day.
The happiest 2 days of a Texas man. Buying a boat, then sell a boat.
Yep. So.
Tastes real good.
Yeah, Dad. Thanks, Pop. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys in a bit. Love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. My dad's like, chop chop, I'm hungry. Feed the dogs.